Did you know that most millionaires in America don't live in Beverly Hills or Manhattan? They live just next door. A startling truth, isn't it? The book, The Millionaire Next Door, reveals that the majority of millionaires aren't found in flashy neighborhoods. Instead, they're likely your neighbors, living modestly in average communities, savoring a simple life. They don't wear designer clothes, nor drive luxury cars. The wealth they've amassed isn't ostentatious, but quietly accumulated. So what sets these millionaires apart? Let's dive in. Frugality, not flamboyance, marks the real millionaire lifestyle. This statement might surprise some, but it's a truth that weaves itself through the pages of the book, The Millionaire Next Door. Let's delve into the lives of some real millionaires who embody this principle. We'll start with Sam, a self-made millionaire. Sam built his wealth from scratch, not by earning an exorbitant salary, but by adopting a frugal lifestyle. He was known to drive a modest car, wore simple clothes, and lived in an average neighborhood. His mantra was straightforward: spend less than you earn, and invest the rest. Then, there's Jane. Despite being a high-earning lawyer, she follows a similar pattern. She could afford a sprawling mansion, but instead she's content with her comfortable mid-sized home. Her designer bag? A myth. She prefers practicality over prestige. Jane believes in the power of saving and investing, and she's living proof that a six-figure income doesn't necessitate a lavish lifestyle. The stories of Sam and Jane mirror the first key lesson from The Millionaire Next Door. Wealth is not about earning a lot, but about spending wisely and saving diligently. It's a lesson that challenges the ostentatious displays of wealth we often see flaunted in society. Real millionaires, it seems, are more likely to be found living next door than in the glitzy mansions of Hollywood. It's a lesson not just about money, but about values and attitudes. It's about understanding that wealth isn't defined by the car you drive or the house you live in. It's about appreciating the power of saving, the importance of investing, and the freedom that comes from living within your means. So, the next time you find yourself dreaming of wealth, remember the lesson from Sam and Jane. Remember the wisdom shared in The Millionaire Next Door. And remember, it's not about how much you make, but how much you keep. Did you know that most millionaires are self-made? It's an interesting fact that many of us might not realize. The Millionaire Next Door, a book that has changed many perspectives on wealth, shares this valuable insight. The book reveals that the majority of millionaires are not silver spoon-fed heirs, but rather hard-working individuals who have built their wealth from the ground up. Let's take a moment to consider the story of Sarah, a character from the book. She started with a small home-based business and over the years turned it into a thriving company. Sarah didn't have a trust fund or a hefty inheritance to fall back on. All she had was a dream, a vision, and the tenacity to make it happen. Then there's Robert, another self-made success. Robert was a teacher who loved his job but knew that his salary wouldn't make him a millionaire. So he started investing in real estate on the side. With time, patience, and a keen eye for good deals, Robert's investments grew, leading him to millionaire status. These examples from the book illustrate that wealth doesn't always come from being born into money. It's about making smart decisions, taking calculated risks, and putting in the hard work. It's about understanding that wealth isn't always about the glitz and glamour we see on social media or in Hollywood. It's about financial stability, freedom, and the ability to live life on your terms. The Millionaire Next Door teaches us that the path to wealth is often paved with persistence and discipline. It's about being consistent, not just for a month or a year, but over a lifetime. It's about delayed gratification, saving, investing, and making your money work for you. And remember, being a self-made millionaire doesn't mean you have to do it alone. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people, those who will support, guide, and challenge you to reach your financial goals. So, if you're dreaming of becoming a millionaire, know that it is within your reach. It's not about where you start, but how you finish that matters. Wealth creation requires patience, perseverance, and self-discipline. Contrary to popular belief, millionaires don't lead flashy lifestyles. It's a common misconception that those with wealth are always in the spotlight, surrounded by luxury cars, designer clothes, and grand mansions. But the truth, as revealed in the book, The Millionaire Next Door, is often quite different. Many millionaires, in fact, choose to lead low-profile lifestyles. They're not seeking the limelight. They're not hunting for the next big social event to show off their wealth. Instead, they're quietly focusing on their businesses, their investments, and their long-term financial goals. Take, for example, the story of Mr. Warren, a millionaire who owns a successful chain of grocery stores. Despite his wealth, Mr. Warren drives a 10-year-old sedan. lives in a modest house in the suburbs, and prefers to spend his weekends reading and gardening. He's not interested in flaunting his wealth. Instead, he's committed to growing his business and providing for his family. Or consider Miss Johnson, a self-made millionaire who started a software company from her garage. She could afford the most luxurious penthouse in the city, but instead, she lives in a cozy 3-bedroom house, drives a fuel-efficient car, and spends her free time volunteering at a local charity. Her wealth doesn't define her. Rather, it's her hard work, her dedication, and her commitment to making a difference that truly set her apart. These stories aren't anomalies, they're reflections of a common theme among many millionaires. A focus on substance over style, on long-term financial security over short-term extravagance, on personal fulfillment over public recognition. So, the next time you imagine a millionaire, don't picture the glitz and glam. Instead, think of the quiet achievers, the individuals who've built their wealth through hard work, frugality, and smart investments. They're the ones who understand that true wealth isn't about what you show off to the world. Instead, it's about what you build for yourself and your loved ones. True wealth doesn't need to show off. It's a lesson we can all learn from the Millionaire Next Door. Financial independence, not high income, is the real measure of wealth. Let that sink in. It's a profound statement that rings true throughout the book, The Millionaire Next Door. It's not about the flashy cars, the designer clothes, or the luxurious vacations. It's about having the freedom and security that comes with financial independence. Take for instance the story of Susan, a self-made millionaire who lives in a modest home and drives a 10-year-old car. She doesn't need to flaunt her wealth because she knows that her true wealth lies in her financial independence. She has the freedom to do what she wants, when she wants, and isn't shackled by the chains of debt or financial insecurity. Or consider the tale of Robert, a millionaire who built his fortune through a successful landscaping business. He didn't achieve his wealth by living lavishly or spending frivolously. Instead, he focused on saving, investing, and building his business. His wealth isn't defined by his income but by his financial independence. Both Susan and Robert understand a crucial lesson from The Millionaire Next Door. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, but how much you keep. The path to financial independence isn't paved with high salaries and extravagant spending. It's built on discipline, saving, and making wise financial decisions. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that a high income equals wealth. But if that income is spent as quickly as it's earned, what's left? True wealth, financial independence, isn't about living paycheck to paycheck, no matter how large those paychecks might be. Instead, financial independence is about having the freedom to make choices. The choice to retire early. The choice to support causes you believe in. The choice to take risks and pursue your passions. That's the true measure of wealth. So remember, don't get caught up in the glitz and glamour of high income. Instead, focus on building your financial independence. Because at the end of the day, wealth is measured not by the size of your paycheck, but by the size of your freedom. So, what can we learn from The Millionaire Next Door? Well, we've delved into the surprising statistics, the frugality factor, the self-made success, the low-profile lifestyle, and the importance of financial independence. All these lessons are woven into the fabric of this enlightening book. The Millionaire Next Door teaches us that wealth is not about showy displays of affluence, but rather the understated accumulation of assets. It's about being prudent with money, living within our means, and valuing financial independence over material possessions. It's about understanding that the most successful people are often not the ones driving the flashiest cars or living in the most opulent homes. Instead, they are the ones who have worked hard, saved diligently, and invested wisely. It encourages us to be disciplined, to be patient, and to understand that creating wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It reminds us that the path to financial independence is often paved with frugality, not extravagance. The book is a treasure trove of wisdom and practical advice for anyone aspiring to create wealth. It's a call to action, a roadmap to financial independence. So I highly encourage you to read the book for yourself, to absorb its lessons, and to apply them in your life. Share your thoughts on the book in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found it helpful. Until next time, keep striving for your financial independence.